Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my podcast, The Pondering Bistop. Our today's guest is Mr. Diptesh Banerjee. He's a computational fluid dynamics enthusiast. The man is a walking ball of knowledge. He's one of the most hardworking and sincere guys I know. Join us as we take a walk through what Diptesh thinks about Elon Musk and his thoughts on where AI is going, how electric vehicles have changed the society, which is Diptesh's favorite story, and many other things. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Diptesh Banerjee. Welcome, Diptesh.
Hello, Akshay.
Yes. Uh, Everybody, Diptesh Banerjee. And yeah, you were asking something.
Yeah. I wanted to ask, what is the motivation that,
Yes,
what is the reason for this podcast? What's your motivation? I wanted
y-
to.
yes. So, to be fair, I had a lot of free time, so I thought I should somehow make good use of it. And then I was
Right.
exploring multiple options, and podcast came up as a source because I was like listening to a lot of podcasts, obviously, and a lot of people also. Like, I recently joined a new job, so I ended up talking to a lot of new people. So,
Mm-hmm.
there is like a lot of different perspectives, and then you're talking to someone, and there is this core idea in you, like, being non-vegetarian is bad, or whatever it may be, like some core idea that you believe with your heart. And then
Mm-hmm.
you go and meet these new people and interact with them, and then they tell some very good point that makes you wonder, ki, like, oh, I never thought of it that way, or whoa, those kind of
So you
moments.
want to document those?
Yes, yes.
It's a great idea, man. Yeah.
I want to document those,
Uh,
and like, I'm pretty like still very young and dumb, so
yeah, we all are. We
yeah,
all are, man.
the stuff I say right now, I will see after like 9 years and be like, bro, what am I talking about? You know? Yeah,
Yeah, true.
yeah.
It
So
might be a bit cringe, but it will be a memory, right?
yeah. So that documentation I want to keep as to where my mental state was when I was like 22 or 23.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that
Good,
that
good. That's
that
great.
was the main thing. So you might have seen also, no, my spam is also like I'm kind of documenting it properly, like according to dates and stuff.
Yeah. Right,
Yeah,
right, right.
yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's get into it. What do you think of Elon Musk?
All right.
Yeah. I
Elon
mean,
Musk. Yeah.
yes,
I
yeah.
consider him a very visionary person, like
Uh,
a type of person who thinks something and executes it. Right.
mm,
So a lot of times we make plans, but then we don't really understand the intricacies of how, difficult they are.
mhm.
And along the path, we sometimes give up because some things are just not clicking. Sometimes we find a problem to which finding answer is something difficult. Elon Musk, he really is out there solving problems that I don't think we would have imagined that we would find solution to, right?
Mm.
I
Oh,
mean, one of them is Starlink. I mean, consider you are in a top of a Himalayan mountain and you are getting full signal because
yeah.
you have an antenna and there is a
Yes.
satellite internet with
Yeah.
low latency.
Yeah.
It's
Like.
something that is not imaginable, right?
Mm,
But then he found the solution to the problem.
mm,
So yeah, I mean, this is something I really look up to him. Like, you have a problem, you deal with it. You don't just sit and do nothing or you try to adjust to it. No, you deal with it.
yeah.
That
Oh,
type of personality he has, which is
mm-hmm,
something that I like.
mm-hmm. Just like fucking laser beam data into
Yeah, I mean,
Himalayas.
yeah, exactly. Do
Yeah.
shit, do shit.
Yeah. I mean, he does a lot of crazy things. Like, you remember this? He changed the shape of his SpaceX rocket just because he wanted the rocket to be more pointy.
Uh-huh. Right,
Yeah,
right,
I
right.
mean, even though it went against the aerodynamics of the flight, you're like, can we make it a bit pointy? Just for the sake of making it
Yeah.
pointy. Yeah, I mean,
Hmm.
stuff like that is like what makes him very.
Right. And SpaceX is a huge success.
Uh-huh.
Think about Twitter. Like when he took over Twitter,
Yes.
he released all the information that Twitter was hiding,
Yes, yes.
and it led to a great revelation.
Hmm.
And I mean, I won't talk in detail about what the revelation was. It is very political. Honestly,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't want to
yeah,
go
yeah,
in there.
yeah, yeah.
But he did it.
Hmm.
He was not scared of media. He was not scared of politicians.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. He
He
just
brought the whole truth in front of the world, and
yeah.
that is bravery.
True, true, true.
And today, bravery is like, I mean, I would respect that.
Oh, like in today's generation, or like today's days, you know.
Yeah, in today's days, because here we consider people's feelings so,
Ah,
intensely that we sort of deviate from the ground truth,
uh,
right? We are believing in things that are not really problems at all, but we are making problems out of that.
hmm.
In such a world, he just came out and did things which, I mean, obviously, you would see a lot of people just backlashing him, but then he is like, I don't care, I will just do it, right?
Hmm. Uh,
So
have you
yeah, I mean, love his personality in that way. Yeah, yeah, good.
have you heard of Elon Musk's new AI?
uh Not, you have to remind me a bit there. Can you
Okay,
give me
okay.
a
Elon Musk has
in more
started
detail?
a new AI company and is gonna release a new chatbot to compete with AI, ChatGPT, I guess.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, yeah. And recently he came on. It's called XAI, I guess. And he recently came on this guy's podcast, uh, Lex Friedman's podcast, and they had a premium version access to it, and they were having fun with that chat app. It
Okay.
it apparently has a Grok. It's called Grok,
Mm.
and it apparently has a fun mode where it gives you like snarly, sarcastic answers just to make the
Oh.
things funny. Yeah. So stuff like this, like when LLMs are like the peak of AI and like human intelligence right now, he's like trying to
Mm.
make even that like fun and you know like
Yeah.
a plaything.
I
Yeah.
think I'm like a bit behind in like the AI news these days. Not really getting time, to be honest.
uh,
Yeah.
so how close are we, do you think, to the next major step in AI? Like, before and all, it was just like linear regressions, statistical models and stuff.
Mm.
And then we slowly started doing CNNs and image recognition, all that stuff. Now LLMs are a huge. Before that came NLP, obviously, and then there is like a new LLM breakout, and like now everybody's crazy behind LLMs. How close are you, do you think, to the next major step in AI, whatever that might be?
Like, I would say calling it a next major step would be a very vague thing,
Mm-hmm.
because the rate at which the technology is advancing, nothing is the next big step. Everything is just a step, and it will be just normal thing, and then people will expect even more things from AI, right? It all depends on at a time how much context AI is able to take,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So we started with autoencoders, I think, back
Correct.
then,
Uh-huh.
just trying to change images and adding filters to them,
Right.
right?
Uh-huh.
And then from autoencoders, we move towards the image generating algorithm. What do they call it? Sorry, I just forgot. It's in my mouth.
DALI.
From text prompt, yeah, DALI, yes.
Uh-huh.
And then from that, now we are in the world of LLMs where we can like converse with AI, right,
Mm-hmm.
in the most human way possible.
Right.
If I take things back during the World War II,
Uh-huh.
when the Enigma machine was built,
Oh, that.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that time, uh, the builder of Enigma, uh, just 1 minute. Ah, yes, Alan Turing, right?
Uh-huh. Oh, okay.
I just, yeah, almost forgot his name. Yep. Alan Turing was the first person who asked the question, can machines think?
Hmm. Oh.
And breaking Enigma was one of the biggest step in human history at that time because it, shortened the World War II by almost 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
saving a million people, I would say.
Right, right.
Now, from that, coming to this point, now if I go very much towards the technology part of it,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, we are making our semiconductors smaller and smaller day by day.
True.
And the more we decrease the size of semiconductors, the more powerful machines we are making, which are able to train this machine learning or deep learning algorithms, right,
Mm-hmm.
in a more robust fashion. And that, so here I would say that there is a limit,
Right.
because a size of a semiconductor or a size of a transistor today cannot be smaller than the size of an electron,
Mm-hmm. Correct. Yeah.
right? So there
Makes sense.
is that limit that will someday reach. I want to see what happens then.
Oh, I think I heard it from someone like working in TI. I'm not sure. So they were talking about optical transistors or something. So instead of using electron as the medium to, you know, transfer data, they use photons. So
Photons.
yeah,
Oh,
so
I see.
yeah, yeah. See, now the bottom cap goes down way low. The size of electron and the size of proton, not proton, photon.
Yeah, yeah, true, true.
Yeah, so like they're gonna cram many more.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
so you see, like, is that a big step? I mean,
yeah.
that is my point, right? So
Mm-hmm.
there is no big step here. World is just advancing at such a rate it is not imaginable that we try to imagine the next big step.
Mm. Yeah, we are very lucky to be alive in such a happening times.
Yeah. I mean, like I even heard people are trying to train deep learning algorithms now on a quantum computers.
Mm. Oh yeah, right, right, right.
I think they are called quantum neurons,
Mm-hmm.
something like that. Yeah, whatever.
Nice.
Think about that. It's such crazy level
Yeah,
competition power it would have, right?
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
I mean, don't they say quantum computing can break encryption data and stuff? So the computing power of
I mean the
quantum
number of,
computers. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, the number of competition it can make in a second is way huge than our
yeah.
normal
So yeah,
mega
applying
computers,
that
I would say.
to something
Yeah,
heavily process oriented like data science would like heavily revolutionize the field. True, true.
yeah, obviously.
Yeah. Uh, I mean, you told you aren't up to news, but you would have heard about Gemini, I guess, that just released 2 days
Yeah, yeah,
ago.
I have heard about Gemini. Yeah,
Did you watch that introductory video?
no, no, not yet. I mean,
Okay. It's
there are a lot of videos people have asking me to watch, but
no, it's just I think a 30
not.
second or a minute video.
Uh-huh.
It's basically a
But
guide.
I've heard of Gemini. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Good.
It's basically a guide drawing, doodling on a piece of paper, uh, drawing a duck and a little bit of water. And the model is able to take that image as the input and tell what is going on there. So
Context.
yeah, it's basically anything to anything model. You can like give it text and ask it to produce songs.
Uh,
Yeah, you can give it
oh, damn.
images. Yeah, you can give it images and ask it to produce songs. So it's like you
Hmm.
can feed any type of data and expect any type of data to come out, kind of something like that.
Hmm.
And the amount of
Yesterday, we watched Google's new
the what do you say? The amount of processing that is being done for Gemini is like super crazy. It's like around 4,000 odd cores in a supercomputer, and even that is being communicated across data centers for its training or something.
Okay, I mean, obviously the training would be that much extensive.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I was blown away when I heard about that.
Hmm.
I mean, can you imagine, like, just for training a model, you're like communicating between data centers? Yeah.
I mean, people also say that Gemini is the first model that will outperform human experts.
Yeah, it is. It is. I think there is a MCQ test that you get, which I think some amount of people take, and they measure the score, and it has outperformed the humans in that test. Yeah, it's very
That's
very crazy. I think it did around 90 point something percent, and humans average is around 89% or something.
But there is a field of AI which is seldom heard about. That
Mhm.
is your ethicality of AI.
Hmm.
So, I mean, as the algorithm is developing more and more, as it is able to gain context more and more, so
Mhm.
there is a term called gradient hacking. Have you heard of it?
Oh no, please educate me.
So, gradients are basically the parameters that tune so
Ah,
that the
ah, ah.
model learns, right?
Correct,
I mean,
correct,
going
correct.
very deep to the process
Yeah,
of
yeah.
learning of
Please, please. Yeah, you can, you
yeah.
can. This is yeah.
So, so imagine an machine learning algorithm having so much context that it understands its own way of building and then changing it
Uh
to
huh.
gain a certain objective,
Okay.
changing its own gradients, changing its own ability to understand context to
Mm-hmm.
achieve an objective,
Hmm. Right.
right?
Uh huh.
So this is a very interesting thing because if an artificial intelligence algorithm, if it starts making its own objectives,
Mm-hmm.
then and if it is able to change its own gradients or the way it has been coded, because autopilot already does that, right? GitHub
Mm-hmm.
Autopilot.
Mm-hmm.
It already codes itself, right? Add it to your LLMs
Uh-huh.
and you will have an algorithm that can change its own code
Mm-hmm.
to achieve an objective. It's
Mm-hmm.
something scary, right?
True, true. But does Copilot actually change its code, or does it just learn on the basis of inputs?
In future, I'm asking if you combine
Hmm.
it with LLMs.
Okay, okay, okay.
I'm not
Mm-hmm.
saying that it's what happening right now, but it can obviously happen in future.
Uh-huh. Ask LLM to write better LLM than itself.
Yes. There's something
Yeah,
we can ask
yeah.
now.
Oh, true, true. Now, even now we can ask, but I don't think it's that smart now.
Yeah.
Like, because
Yeah, exactly.
have I told you about that thought experiment? I'm not sure. I'll just tell it. So there is this thought experiment where you are like there is a person sitting inside the room, and let's say
Mhm.
for reference Japanese. So that person doesn't know Japanese at all. Like he
Okay.
has no idea about Japanese, but he knows English. So he's sitting
Okay.
inside a room and he has a Japanese to English, English to Japanese, like both way conversion dictionary and all the data that he needs to translate from one to other.
Okay.
And that's all the data he has. And you come from outside and you see a door which says translation from Japanese to English or something, and you just
Hmm.
send a paper with whatever written in Japanese, and it sends you, like, the person inside translates it and sends it back to you as a English text.
Oh,
So
okay.
if from the outside perspective you are seeing, it is like there is a translator sitting inside,
Hmm.
but he doesn't actually know Japanese. He's just doing the translation based on the data that is there. Yeah, so
Okay.
yeah, this is what like I think most of the people get confused and scared about AI is like, oh, it'll change the world or it'll control us and all. But the current
Hmm.
LLMs and basically all AI models are like,
They are just
statistical
translators in a
analysis.
way.
Yeah, statistical
Okay.
analysis on steroids or something. Yeah, like
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
technically if I was like immortal and I had like a super genius IQ and could read very fast,
Hmm.
I could go
Hmm.
to all the sources and give you the same answer that ChatGPT could.
True.
Yeah, so that is not I think what is endangering us, like the artificial intelligence, the actual artificial intelligence. I don't think this is artificial intelligence. This is mocked artificial intelligence.
Yeah, true. I mean, there is always the context comes from humans,
Mm-hmm.
right?
True, true, true.
Whatever you do.
Mm.
I mean, it's just an automated system sitting behind just doing some calculations and giving you a desired output. But
Yeah,
the desire itself comes from humans,
correct,
not from
correct.
the AI itself.
Mm-hmm.
And as of now, AI does not have that context to
Oh,
generate desire by
yeah.
itself.
This is
Right.
a good thing. Yeah, the asking questions is being done by humans. Like once AI learns to ask questions, yeah, that then we have problems.
Yes.
Ah, yeah, yeah, right.
But yeah, that is where the objective constraining comes into play,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Correct, correct. Yeah, I think now even now Gemini has like three different versions, like Ultra, Pro, and Nano or something. And Nano and Pro is like you can use it in US and so like in some places, but Ultra is still not released for public use because according to Google they are doing safety. They are taking safety measurements or something. So
Hmm.
I think they are like writing the gatekeeping code for misusing Gemini, probably.
They have to. They
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to. Because see, you have to gatekeep any type of AI because it is reaching large human population and you never know what type of questions anybody will ask.
Hmm. I mean,
Right.
when ChatGPT was
I
also
think
released, yeah, yeah, go on.
yeah. There are so many questions that should not the AI should not answer it and it was answering, right?
True, true. Yeah, I mean,
So
like,
yeah, I mean you always gatekeeping is always one important thing when it comes to AI.
hmm. I mean, there was this trend also as soon as ChatGPT came out about how to jailbreak
But
it.
then I feel the yeah, exactly. Yeah, jailbreak is also one of the things. I think some people did that, and
Yeah,
there were some horrendous answers, right? And I think the jail, gatekeeping is not enough in this world right now because if you see one of the most interesting examples which should not exist is the porn industry,
uh,
and now people are able to create artificial porn with
oh,
artificial AI,
right,
which is a very bad thing because I mean you can just add anyone's face, right? Deep fake already existed,
true.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
consider an deep learning based model with LLM having a
Mm-hmm.
deep fake type of an feature in it.
Yeah, I think
So
recently.
this is
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah, go.
one of the examples, which
Mm-hmm.
is like questions as is the amount of gatekeeping we are doing is enough.
Hmm. I mean, yeah, again, that you can't really, do 100% gatekeeping or something. Like, you can't make the AI totally safe. Like, if there are people who want to misuse it, they will misuse it. Like, uh, in my
Yeah.
second year, I think I had done a presentation on this model that did, you just talk to it for, you just need a 5-second clip of a person and then you can
Hmm.
give it whatever text and it will produce audio in that person's voice of whatever text you passed in. So basically if I have like a five
That's good.
second yeah 5-second audio of you,
Hmm.
I can give it whatever text I want, so, and it will give me the audio of you speaking that text.
And there's such a scary and dangerous thing, right?
Yeah, and how are you going to gatekeep it? Like, there is nothing you can do to gatekeep it.
True, but think about it. You have a politician. Let's just say I'm a politician, and you just, say horrendous things in my voice and
Yeah, it
spread it in
happens.
public.
It happens. That is like a very big thing, and like a proper crime and stuff. But like small
Yeah.
petty crimes also you can do. Like I just need your voice, and you can just like record it, and then you know call up your relatives or someone and be like, can you GPay me so much money, or like send my friend this much money, and yeah, and like your parents are listening
Scams.
to your voice.
Obviously. Hmm.
I
Correct.
mean, like imagine, like there's so much you can do.
Hmm.
And
You know,
like,
the best solution to this problem will be
uh-huh.
don't run behind accuracy.
Hmm.
Because, see, like AI
Hmm.
exists to help people.
Correct.
AI is not there to replace humans, it
Hmm.
is there to help humans make better decisions,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
But then, if there are some inaccuracies in the artificial intelligence, it's fine.
Hmm.
But then, if you're doing something wrong, it's identifiable whether it is AI or not, right? If it is inaccurate.
Hmm. Correct.
But then, if you're trying to do something you're trying to do something normal, you're trying to get help from an assignment or something like that,
Hmm.
for an assignment or something like that, or you're coding and you need a snapshot of code which AI is writing for you.
Hmm.
A bit of inaccuracy is fine. I mean, like, you get the gist of it, you can
Yeah.
debug it,
Correct. Correct. So,
right?
yeah, one
Yeah.
counter argument here would be like there are like these tools in big corporations to do a lot of things
Mm,
automatically and stuff. Parsing test
mm,
logs, or like running tests, and
mm, true.
figuring out stuff. And yeah, so when, let's just say for example, there is a huge block of code and there is something going wrong in it. That's all I know.
Mhm,
So
mhm,
there is this AI in CI/CD pipeline that scans code for this non-compiler errors, basically like logical errors, and returns something if there is a problem before it's being pushed to production. And
okay,
we
basically an error checker, huh?
yeah, we
Hmm.
want that to be like a very good model, like
Accurate thing.
as accurate as
Hmm.
possible. Yeah, but if
But then, like, the amount of accuracy you want your model to have is
Mhm.
again in your hands. So
True.
there are places where you want your artificial intelligence to be absolutely accurate, then go ahead for it.
Hmm.
I don't see any possible misuse of an QA/QC AI in a pipeline,
True, true,
right?
true, true.
So in there, go for 100% accuracy.
uh,
No issues. But then, when you are talking about something like ChatGPT, or
mm.
something about, I keep forgetting the prompt to image generator, man.
Dali,
What is the name of it?
Dali, Dali.
DALI.
Yeah.
Yeah. A
Uh-huh.
bit of inaccuracy is fine, I would say.
True.
Because,
Hmm.
see, the first, when DALI came, the first insecurity it created among the people was it is going to replace artists.
Oh, true, true, true.
But then, I mean, are we really aiming to replace artists?
No, I mean it's pretty clear right now
An
after.
inaccurate, yeah,
Uh-huh.
true. I mean, an inaccurate visualization of a prompt
Hmm.
can give you an idea to create a more accurate stuff yourself, that
Hmm.
preserves the quality of an artist, at the same times preserves the utility of the AI, right?
Okay, just nudge you towards the goal instead of taking you there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just get an idea.
Uh-huh.
That's it.
Yeah, makes
That is
sense.
where AI is there to help you, right?
Mhm.
That saves a lot of time, honestly. I'm telling you, that saves a
True.
hell lot of time.
I mean, yeah, this sounds like cool and all, but imagine you are the like founder of an AI company, and your model is doing 89% accuracy.
Inaccurate.
No,
Uh,
89% accuracy. Will you ask your engineers to be like make it 87%, or will you be like make it 92?
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, I mean that.
Yeah,
Always there,
so
man.
if people who are like actually training it are, I mean, to be fair, everybody's behind money. So
Hmm.
yeah,
True. I mean, see, there are things that you cannot change, man. Like
yeah,
uh,
true, true.
the way in which artificial intelligence is advancing in terms of social media and stuff, it should not, I would
Mm-hmm.
say, because the way it creates your digital twin and the recommendation algorithm,
Oh
it
yeah,
is not there to help you, I
mm-hmm.
would say.
It's there to hook you.
But then, do you think the companies will just shut it down?
No, they won't.
They won't.
Yeah, they're making money.
I mean, see, your furniture will be more costlier,
Uh-huh.
or you will cut trees and make furniture as long as the price of a tree is less than the price of the furniture,
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
right? The day the price of tree exceeds the price of the furniture, you will stop cutting trees.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, market dictates the decisions. Obviously,
Yeah,
the
exactly.
ultimate
Market
master.
dictates the decisions. I mean, yeah.
True. True.
So yeah, money is obviously one of the parameters that will drive
Mm-hmm.
whatever motivation human has, right?
True. True. True.
So yeah, can't help
Or
them,
maybe
I would say.
AI is the the Great Barrier. Do you know about this Great Barrier thing? The phenomenon. It's not a phenomenon.
I don't think so.
Okay, so
Like,
Great Barrier is basically one of the answers to where are all the aliens problem. So the thing is,
okay.
like, uh, the theory in this is that once a civilization reaches a certain level of advancement, they
Hmm.
discover or do something self-destructive and
Hmm.
end up collapsing, like
Hmm.
atom
Okay.
bombs and weapons and stuff, or well,
Hmm.
AI is one thing, and like there are
Hmm.
many like a pandemic, socially like artificially engineered pandemic, stuff like that.
Correct.
Yeah, so there is this theory that there is a great barrier that no civilization has been able to cross. So when they hit that barrier, they end up collapsing or like becoming stagnant, and that is why we are in like a advancement scale. So that's why we are not able to see any aliens. So the AI might as well be one of the great barriers that stops everything and sends us to hell.
I mean, possible. Have you seen the Matrix movie?
No. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are going to
So
get
in
pissed.
Matrix, the theory is that you are in a post-apocalyptic scenario where AI rules the world,
Hmm.
but then AI is not human itself. It's a machine at the end, and a
Correct.
machine needs energy,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
A very efficient source of energy. From where do you get?
Star.
You get it from you get it from humans. So they create huge systems of
Uh-huh.
simulations where they keep humans alive in a cell and make them dream a world. That is basically the Matrix.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
Hmm.
as the humans are alive, they produce heat.
Hmm.
And the way the humans produce heat, the way humans generate energy, which is minimal,
Hmm.
I mean, in a human to human scale, but then consider million humans or more than that just in a cell, creating
Hmm.
minimal amount of energy, it translates to a huge
True,
amount
true,
of
true.
energy,
True, true, true.
which is driving the AI aliens, I would say here.
Right,
And
right.
there are some people who know about it and they are trying to break out to the matrix. That is the story. So
Hmm. Okay.
at the end, I think the energy is where things will uh, try to diverge,
Hmm.
right?
On the topic of energy, what do you think about the generalization of electric vehicles that Elon Musk and Tesla have initiated? Like, before Tesla came in, the whole idea of electric vehicles itself was like a kind of not really very attractive topic. And people were like, how are you going to charge it? Oh, so much you're going to do. And anyway, you're going to get
Correct.
electricity also from burning coal only. So, what's the point? all that stuff. And now, like Tesla has one of the biggest market shares, and electric vehicles have become. And because Tesla came around, there is like a lot of other companies now that are selling electric vehicles, even two wheelers.
Hmm,
And
hmm,
it,
correct.
he has like kind of changed the whole dynamics of the transportation environment.
True, true. I mean, Tesla is one of the pioneers of a big change, right?
Hmm.
Here, I think the generalization drops down to the generalization of the charging port, I
Hmm.
would say,
Hmm.
because that is the point through which vehicles charge. Like now, Tesla had an amazing business model. You know, before developing a car or before selling a single electric car, what they did was they set up stations to charge their vehicles.
Oh.
They set up thousands of stations that when the first car comes out, you won't have to worry about, hey, how will I refill it?
Hmm.
How will I recharge it?
Uh,
I have a petrol pump already set even before
yeah.
I buy my first car, first electric car.
Right. Right. Right.
So that is a crazy strategy because see, most of the companies they run behind making and developing electric cars.
Hmm.
But what really will drive the demand is the security that it gives that okay, my car won't
Hmm.
run out.
Hmm. Hmm.
And see, electricity is a more dispersible source of energy than petrol or diesel. Because see, petrol or diesel you can store in a tank.
Yeah.
Electricity you can store in a battery, but is it efficient?
Hmm.
It's not efficient at all. And battery, if you store it in a battery, I don't think that will be enough to drive a car,
Hmm.
right? So
Yeah.
these type of problems are existent because see, energy. When you talk about energy, you have to talk about energy storage, which is
Hmm.
a big problem in this world. There are a lot of methods in which you can store energy, but then again, you have to think about environment. So if you think about lithium ion batteries or sodium ion batteries
Hmm.
or lead acid batteries, I mean the one that our inverters use, right? These are
Hmm.
not really environmentally friendly solutions
Correct. Correct. Some greener.
of energy
Uh,
storage.
yeah.
Yeah, massive amount of these type of storage systems will degrade our environment more,
Hmm.
right?
Correct. Correct.
So you energy storage is a big problem. So then again, people have come up with this hydrogen cell systems of driving vehicles, right? So rather
Hmm.
than just storing energy, you store hydrogen,
Hmm.
and then through a reaction, you generate energy, you generate electricity, which drives your motor.
Hmm.
So it's a hydrogen fuel car, and that is a very efficient system because hydrogen is something you can store.
Correct.
It's at least safer to store than a battery, I would
Huh.
say.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Right. And I wanted to ask this question. Like, hydrogen is one of the like most abundant elements in the universe.
Hmm.
But how abundant, well, not abundant, how easy is it to get on Earth for like you know, using it as a fuel for cars and stuff.
It's not easy, I would say, because
So,
see the like how will you get hydrogen? You will, you will disintegrate water.
oh no,
That is
okay.
the most common way of generating hydrogen, right?
Yeah, I mean that again boils
So
down to electricity, and we are back in the square one.
yeah, the amount of energy that is required to divide the atoms of hydrogen and oxygen,
Mm-hmm.
it's quite a lot,
Mm-hmm.
right? So yeah, there are. I mean, I'm not sure about the most efficient process of how you generate hydrogen,
Mm-hmm.
but whatever it is costly.
Yeah, true, true. I mean that again in return increases the cost of the vehicle and.
Because see, I understand the theory of energy very well because I'm from oil and gas industry. Though
Mm-hmm.
it is very counterintuitive to think that I supporting electric vehicles, though I
Mm-hmm.
do support electric vehicles,
Mm-hmm.
but I think the world is far behind in that ideal where electricity can be generated pollution free
True, true. But I
and
think
stored pollution free.
yeah, I think this lays down like the substrate for what comes next. You know, if not for electric vehicles, then what? You will go back to like basically gas-driven vehicles. So this like
No,
kind of
why would
lays
you go
down.
back?
No, I mean if
Electric vehicle is all the way of going forward.
exactly. So this
There's no
he
going back. Yeah.
yeah he kind of lays down this substrate for whatever comes next. I mean whoever invents a better method to store energy or a cleaner source
Generate
of
energy.
electricity.
Generate
Yeah,
electricity. Yeah.
yeah. So they will have a easier time in deployment. Once you have that,
Hmm.
you just have to swap your batteries or change how you charge your car. But
Yeah. True.
the usage is already there, and you like suddenly shift into a very greener source of energy.
True. I mean, considering the so like there is a big dilemma here that people don't really understand. I mean, I will talk in context of India here,
Mhm.
just India.
Yeah,
India generates 70% of its electricity from coal.
correct.
Okay. Now, if you in the present state
Mhm.
convert all the vehicles to electric vehicles,
Mhm.
are you creating less pollution?
No,
Because coal is actually a more dirtier form of fuel than diesel or petrol.
correct.
It produces more uh, you know uh, unburnt carbon
Mhm.
content, and which
Mhm.
is polluting the environment more.
Mhm.
Right. So
Yeah.
here you have to take things in stepwise. Right.
Mm. Mhm.
And see in terms of implementation of electrical vehicles, I don't see the world is lagging behind. I mean, it is moving really fast, I
Yeah.
would say. But in terms of trying to find the alternate source of, I think the world needs a bit more attention.
Mm. Yeah, the energy crisis, not crisis, but like the transformation to a better source of energy is
Yeah.
something that needs to be.
And it's not like it's not there. See, it's not like it does not exist.
Mhm.
Do you know about CSP?
No. What is?
CSP stands for concentrated solar power.
Okay.
So what is our most general way of creating solar electricity? That is, you have photoelectric cells, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which are those black, uh,
Yeah,
what
blue
do you call
color
it?
panels.
Yeah. So they just convert the energy from sun directly to electricity.
Mm-hmm.
But rather than doing that, what you do is you have a huge field of reflectors. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You reflect the energy from the sun at one point source.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
That point source,
Mm-hmm.
rather than converting into electricity directly,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
is trying to heat either water or sand.
Okay.
So it's generating heat.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you heat water, it becomes vapor,
Okay.
right? And vapor has a huge thermal efficiency. So
Uh-huh.
use the vapor to drive a turbine and generate electricity
Ah,
from
okay.
that.
So basically,
You
modify a thermal plant to use reflectors instead of coal.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So and that is a very very beautiful solution to the problem.
Mm-hmm.
But then where the problem comes
Mm-hmm.
is the cost to run that type of system. Because see, when you talk about reflectors, you have to talk about a lot of reflectors, and you want to keep such a system in a place where there is no shadow. It has no mountains. It wants a flat surface.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Which the most ideal place would be a desert.
Correct.
That's
Yeah.
why Rajasthan also has a lot of solar panel projects, right?
Mm-hmm.
Solar panel or solar power projects.
Mm-hmm.
So now here comes the cost of maintenance, because you
Mm-hmm.
have to keep the reflectors clean, and
Mm.
that's a very costly thing,
Mm. Especially in a
right?
sandstormy desert.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So here, to maintain an efficiency, which is like the system in itself is very efficient, but then these things decrease the efficiency, the amount of sand deposition on the reflector plate or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
There are numerous things. So they decrease the efficiency a lot, and the cost required to clean. those system is what is discouraging our energy industry from going that direction.
Hmm.
And do you know there is one more thing? It's a very interesting thing. Like I heard it in one of American documentaries that there is an expense in creating extra electricity.
Hmm.
So whenever a plant creates extra electricity, which is more than the
Okay.
need or the
Okay.
demand, it
Yeah.
has to pay for that electricity generated.
The plant has to pay.
Yes.
Oh.
Because then, yeah, so who you are giving the electricity to? You are giving the electricity to government.
Mm-hmm.
Now the government has to store it, right?
Oh. Okay. Okay.
That is a cost,
Ah.
different cost.
Oof.
So you
Okay.
see, in terms of finance, how much inefficient this process is.
Mm-hmm.
But then in terms of energy generation, it's a beautiful process.
Hmm. So I'm
So
also like kind of visualizing this reflector thing, pushes me in a
mm,
direction. Eh, this maintenance takes a lot of cost. So to kind of remove that, you would want it out of the desert in some like place that is less maintenance. This thing, that requires less
you can do
maintenance.
that.
Yeah. So
What will you do? Cut trees?
no, no, no. Yeah, I mean that is one way, but I was kind of thinking of going vertically up. You know,
Okay.
suspend reflectors like a GPS
Uh,
network. Have a network of reflectors, and you
uh,
just have these stations on Earth where you receive
uh.
death rays of sunlight that is
Oh,
reflected off all this.
satellite reflectors.
Yeah, and then you
But
convert
then
that to.
here there is a problem.
Uh-huh.
You are talking about a satellite. What will be the distance of the satellite from
Yeah,
the
that.
point?
Oh, dissipation you're talking about.
The amount of dissipation, yeah, it will.
Uh,
I mean, the atmosphere itself will dissipate so much
oh, okay. So
of your power.
I see one more problem also. So as atmosphere
Unless you
is
kill the ozone layer, you cannot achieve that. Yeah.
no, I think like once the atmosphere is dissipating that heat, it's kind of absorbing it
Mm.
into itself. So
Yeah.
that I think it is going in the opposite direction.
Yeah. It is
Yeah,
obviously going in the opposite direction.
yeah, yeah. No, no, no. We have to either have the So then if we have the actual producing plant also up there,
Then how
uh,
will you transmit
the
electricity?
electricity. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Obviously, that's why
See, there are a
nobody has
lot of
done it.
questions you can
True,
ask.
true, true. That is
Yeah.
why nobody has done it. If it was this simple, if I could figure
Yeah,
it out,
exactly.
yeah, somebody would have already figured
And
it out.
think about the cost of maintaining a satellite reflector, man.
Why would you have to maintain it? There is nothing there. Like it just keeps on rotating.
I mean, the cost of creation would exceed the cost of maintenance by 5 times, I would say, at least.
No, I mean once it's created, it's there for like
Hmm.
eternity, unless you like intentionally launch a rocket at it. No,
Hmm. No, there are a lot of different factors that
true,
affect it.
true, 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 true.
The radiation of sun itself damages satellites.
Hmm.
Have you never heard of satellites crashing on Earth?
I heard,
It's
but
a big pollution problem actually because the number of satellites are there
uh-huh,
in the sky,
uh-huh.
and a satellite has a lot of elements which are extremely
Toxic.
dangerous,
Yeah.
for humans. So
Mhm.
if a satellite crashes, it's a big problem. I mean, this is something that people don't talk about because it does not happen
That
that.
often. I mean, yet
Yeah,
it doesn't often that happen. Yet
yeah,
it'll
doesn't often that
soon become. Yeah. I mean,
happen.
sure, sure, sure. Yeah.
But yeah, I know a story because my mom once told in her village a satellite crashed once.
Oh.
This is a very interesting case, but yeah.
True, true, true. Yeah. So let's shift gears from science. We'll come back to science if needed. But how do you, what do you think, or like, what have you done in your own life experiences to cope up with the feeling of left behind? Like, you see these people I mean, it's like everybody, kind of experiences this. You see your friends or like your colleagues or whoever it might be, and you see them doing
Mm.
something in their life, and you're like, damn man, I should have. I think I should also do something. Or, yeah, like, damn man, I think I should also started doing that some 6 months ago or a year ago. How do you kind of cope up with that feeling of being left behind?
Feeling of being left out.
Yes.
FOMO. FOMO. Yeah, I mean, it's a big problem of my life, I would say. I mean, you know that very well.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there was a point of time I suffered with it a lot. I mean, every time people will go out with someone else, I used to feel that I'm missing out on something. Every time people used to do stuff, I used to feel I'm missing out. But then the point where I could self-reflect
Hmm.
and see, now that I'm completely independent, now that you know I'm taking my own decisions everywhere,
Correct.
I feel like what I'm doing right now,
Uh-huh.
is it not uh, enough?
Hmm.
Is it like, see, I can do what I want right now.
Correct.
Like, you feel the feeling of missing out when you don't have independence.
Oof. Okay.
So let's just say you are 11 years old and your mom is stopping you from going to play cricket
Mm-hmm.
with your friends. That's a
Mm-hmm.
feeling of missing out,
Right.
not because of you,
Mm-hmm.
but then as long as you are not independent, you always have that. But once you're independent,
It's no more
if you
like.
choose not to go out with your friends, that is your decision.
Mm-hmm.
Now if it's a
It's
wrong decision,
yeah,
then you
it's on you.
prepare yourself to face the consequence,
Right.
right?
Yeah, it's on you now.
So exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Now once it is on me,
Mm-hmm.
that feeling does not happen because I am doing what I like.
Mm-hmm.
And see, I have explored my life a lot. I have done things that I ended up not liking. I have uh, I have done things that something that I would love to do again. So
Mm-hmm.
now there are a lot of things that I know that I love. There are a lot of things that I don't know I love. And now that I just have to take the decision that if someone is doing the things that I love, do I really need to be part of it, or can I do it on my own? And if someone is doing something,
Mm-hmm.
then what is really stopping me from joining in?
Hmm. Hmm. Good,
Right
good
now,
perspective.
there will be problems. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There will always be problems. Personal life.
Hmm.
Restrictions always come. It's not always dependent on anyone. You have your own life problems. Everyone has their own, and it's very unique to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Right, right. So, for example, like I want to buy a bike, and I really want to buy a bike.
Mm-hmm.
But then there are a lot of restrictions which I have to solve one by one
Right.
before I
True.
can just jump to getting a bike. So, should I really get the FOMO that hey, people are heading bike, I also want to ride a bike?
Uh-huh. I mean, I
Right
don't think you
now, I
really
have a
have a
plan.
choice. I mean, true, true.
Exactly, exactly. So, do you ever get a FOMO? Hey, I am not able to become the Prime Minister of India.
Well, some nights,
You
yeah.
will. So yeah, think about it. So
Right.
whenever
Right.
something
True.
is not possible in the current circumstances, you
Hmm.
never have the FOMO of it.
Mm-hmm.
So that is where you have to make an understanding with yourself that what exactly should I do,
Mm-hmm.
and how much of it should I do that it quenches my, what do I say, hunger of doing things, and at the same time I am making sure that I am not missing out on anything else,
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
right?
Hmm. Yeah, true, true.
And I will give you a very good perspective of it. So in college I had a lot of friends groups, okay,
Mm-hmm.
because I used to talk to people. I like talking to people, but I'm an introvert, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I talk to people, but then I lose energy. So I need time for self reflection. I need time alone to
Okay.
recharge myself.
Mm-hmm.
right? So now this is a very counterintuitive thing because people don't consider me an introvert because I talk to people, but I know I'm introvert because I lose energy, and there are times where I don't want to talk to people. I just want to be myself,
Hmm.
right?
Right.
Now this is one thing, and second is in my college I was like I would say naive because I used to try to keep everyone at the same level, which is I think in life is not possible.
Hmm.
I have
What?
understood that the like when I say level, like let's just say level of maintaining relationships.
Hmm.
So let's just say I have 5 friend groups
Hmm.
and everyone is going out to some other place.
Hmm.
Now if I now all of them are equally asking me to join them along.
Right.
This is a very confusing thing,
Uh-huh.
right?
Uh-huh. True.
And unless you prioritize things in your life, you will never be able to answer to that question,
Uh.
right? So I had to learn to prioritize things, and
Right.
that is where a lot of the FOMO problem go away because now you have prioritized. One
Hmm.
priority is more to you. So if two things come together, you will never miss out on the other thing because your priority was not that much,
Correct. Yeah.
right?
I mean it.
And it same comes to people. So you prioritize people now. It sounds like a bad thing, but it is what keeps you sane,
Uh, yeah. True. True.
right?
Yeah. The decision fatigue of missing out on the opportunity cost. Yeah, that makes it easier
Exactly.
if you have a proper priority order, and you have your
Exactly.
independence, and you're able to take independent decisions to a
Exactly.
degree.
And this is where you really understand people too,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Because see, if I am, so if let's just say my one friend who is a very good friend of mine is calling for a lunch,
Mm-hmm.
and one of my office colleagues is also calling me for doing some fun activities at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I, as a person, let's just say prioritize my good old friend and I go in lunch with him. Right. The other person should understand that hey, I'm busy in something else. So let's just find another time rather than getting angry, hey, you're not spending enough time with me.
Mm-hmm.
That
True.
is where you also are able to judge people that what truly type of like what true type of people they are.
Mm.
Because someone who is your true friend, he
Mm-hmm.
will never ask about your priorities.
True. True. True.
Like, have you ever been with friends who ask you, hey, who is a better friend of yours?
Well, I mean, I have not been with people who asked me who is your better friend. We all know who we have asked that question to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, no, like within us, we ask things for fun,
Yeah,
man.
that's
Like,
comedy.
I'm
Yeah, true,
sure,
true.
yeah, it's pure comedy. It's
Mm-hmm.
nothing else, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then I have been asked this question very seriously,
Oh, like you pick him or you pick
and
me.
it's a yeah, exactly, and it's a very toxic thing, man.
True, true.
Right? Like, it's my life. It is I who prioritize things,
True, true.
like, and
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to know that,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Correct, correct.
And if you have a problem with that, that's a big problem.
Mm. Yeah, my
So
next
you
question.
see, true
Okay.
friendships. No,
Mm-hmm.
no, no, I want to
Yeah, yeah,
end
please,
with
please
this.
go
So
on, go on.
see,
Go on, go on. Yeah.
a true friend will never, like, let's just say you never didn't talk to him for 6 months or
Mm-hmm.
7 months,
Mm-hmm.
but the day you meet him again,
Mm-hmm.
we will start conversation as normally as you did 6 months ago.
Hmm.
That is true friendship. And if there are people who ask you, hey, why don't you call me? You can ask that question back.
uh, true. Uh, yeah.
I mean, yeah. So yeah, again, coming back to the summary of it, yeah, prioritization is what really solves the problem of FOMO.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, get your shit together, man.
Prioritization of activities, yeah, prioritization of your decisions, prioritization of people.
Hmm. Yeah. Kind of like get your shit together, man. So you won't be feeling
Yeah,
FOMO anymore. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. I
Yeah.
mean, you are like, see, when you prioritize things, you are the one who took the decision, man. You can, I mean, your mind will not feel the FOMO.
True, true. Yeah. So,
And if you have made a wrong decision, you deal with it, man.
true, true. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Next question.
it's just a convo. So, just we were talking about your college life and friends. So, how important do you
Hmm.
think the role of friends in college life is? Where apparently you go to learn for 4 years, learn apostrophe, and how does one pick up a good friend circle, knowing that you have been through a lot of friend groups?
See, man, a good friends group will be a group where you don't have to change yourself to, you know, hang out with people.
Hmm.
A good friends group would be a good, uh, a friends group will be good when you naturally vibe with people,
Hmm.
right? And those things come slowly. You can never be like best friends in like 2 days or 3 days. You build memories
Uh,
together, and then your friendship builds on it, right? And
true.
if you have bad memories with people, you will never be able to call them a good friend.
Hmm. Hmm.
So why not just stop trying to make everyone your friend,
Hmm. Don't go
right?
for the breadth approach. Go for the depth.
Yeah, I mean, let like, I'm not saying that don't make friends. I'm
Hmm.
saying that let things go naturally.
Hmm.
Be with people with whom you naturally vibe. Be with people who naturally understand you. You don't have to act in a certain way. You don't have to behave in a certain way. You don't have to change your personality
Hmm.
to be with someone.
Hmm.
Okay, that is the first sign of true friendship. And this is something that you will face a lot in corporate, because people usually have their personal life and corporate life completely separated.
True.
Like,
True.
a person who is in a corporate environment will behave with you way differently.
Hmm.
If like you would have met in a club or something, they would behave with you way differently, right?
True.
So that is where you truly need to be yourself. Okay.
Hmm.
And how do I explain this? Like, I have again so when I came to my college, right, this thing is something that I learned the hard way. you
Hmm.
know I wanted to make friends desperately, because I have spent 2 or 3 years of my life preparing for JEE, and I have missed out on making friends there,
Hmm. Hmm.
because in my 11th 12th I just used to go to college for attendance. I would come back, I would study. I never had a friend.
Hmm.
I countably
Hmm.
have one, two, three, four, 5 people with whom I meet again when I go home
Oh.
from my combined school and college life.
Oh, okay.
And that is
True. It says a
because
lot.
they are the one who have, yeah, they are the one who have denied or refused, I would say,
Hmm.
refused from forgetting me. Look,
Hmm.
they are the one who spend energy in keeping the relationship alive. And I feel very bad about it, but now I make sure that I spend equal amount of energy to push back,
Hmm.
maintain the relationship, right?
Right. Right. Right.
Whatever. So when I came to college, and I wanted to make friends desperately,
Hmm.
and then I met people, and then I said, okay, they vibe with these kind of people, then why not I try to become that kind of person with
Hmm.
whom they vibe. So the worst decision I made in my life, right? Because see, as long as I'm not myself, I never would truly be able to vibe with people. I would always lose a lot of energy. Some things I won't like, some things will hurt me,
Hmm.
right? Sometimes I will hurt others,
Hmm.
which is not me,
True.
right?
True. True.
So uh, so at the end of my, I would say, first semester,
Hmm.
I sort of gave up on trying to change with respect to people. I was
Hmm.
like, fuck it. So this is who I am. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't.
Hmm.
Doesn't matter to me anymore. And then I found the perfect group of friends, which where I would not say everyone is like me. Everyone
Uh-huh.
is very different, but we vibe naturally,
Right.
right?
Hmm. True.
I don't have to change myself. Like I can truly be Diptesh when
Hmm.
I'm with this group,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
That is what creates true friendships, I would say.
Hmm. What what do you think is the importance of a friends group? Like someone, I mean, let's take you only for example. So if imagine you entered the college and
I mean, see,
you. Uh-huh.
again, as I'm an introverted person, it
Uh-huh.
is not really difficult for me to stay alone.
True,
Okay,
but
so
the even yeah, go on.
yeah, but then like I understood the importance of friends when I had friends,
Hmm.
right?
Okay.
So like
Uh-huh.
it is a very s- different world I'm in when I'm with my friends, and
Hmm.
I'm in a very different world when I'm alone.
Hmm.
When I'm alone, I always keep planning about the future. I always try to make a list of what I'm going to do next, what I'm going to do today,
Hmm.
and I always think about how uh, things will go. I'm a very overthinker,
Hmm.
very heavy overthinker, I would say. But then
Hmm.
when I'm with my friends, I just let go of things. I'm
Hmm.
like, okay, let others take the decision, let things go. And those are the times where I have enjoyed the moment rather than being a planned enjoyment, I would say.
Boys, yeah, yeah, boys hang times are always
So
best.
friendship, exactly. Friendship has helped me realize that impromptu enjoyments can also happen, and that only happens when I'm with friends.
Hmm.
I also enjoy things in life, but other than friends, when I'm alone, that is everything that is just planned. Nothing happens out of the
Uh,
blue.
oh, okay. It's a very structured life.
Yeah, and I see. It's kind of a flex that most people don't really understand. I live a very structured life.
True, true. It is very
So
hard to.
yeah,
Mhm.
and it's a see. I love it personally because see, it is so easy to look at problems and solve it this way. But then when I'm with friends, I just don't have to think about all these things. I can just go the natural way, and uh, that is what I love about friendships. That is what is
Hmm.
important about a good friends group, I would say. That
Yeah.
it helps you vent off, not
Hmm.
directly to someone, but indirectly. You don't have to tell your problems. It just you forget about them.
True. Yeah. So true, true. I mean, having a pretty good friends group can change a lot of
Yeah,
things
it
in your life.
emotionally helps you a lot, right? It
Hmm.
emotionally helps you a lot. It's a huge emotional support.
Hmm. Even though your friends are laughing at you for some chick that left
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, it's
yeah.
all
See, those things don't matter in the long term, man.
true, true, true.
And right, and I would not take anything as an insult from a good friends group.
Hmm. True.
My mind would take that, so that ego problem also is not
Goes
there,
up. True,
right?
true. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter if people make fun of me. Doesn't I mean, I also make fun of people, honestly. But yeah, it's like we never make fun of people behind their back.
True.
That is at least in our friends group,
Hmm.
I have seen that
Hmm.
we always praise each other behind their back to others, like outside people of our friends group. I mean, within our friends group it's a different thing. But outside we always praise people
Hmm.
of our group. So, and that is one of the most green flag traits, I would say, about a good friend group.
Hmm.
Because I have been in a friends group where people are talk about you in a good way in front of you and bad way behind you, and that's just bad.
This is kind of interesting. I wonder if this kind of feeling that this is a green flag friends group because we are talking good about ourselves in front of good about the friends group in front of other friend like
Others,
yeah others
yeah.
is
Hmm.
maybe because of the tribal nature of our evolution where you go out and you meet some other tribesmen and you're like my tribe is cool. your drive is wrong, kind of thing.
Yeah, but
You,
what
you,
was wrong in it? I mean,
no, nothing is wrong.
again,
Nothing is wrong. I'm
we are not
just,
comparing. We are not comparing. I'm not saying that, hey, my
no,
best
no,
soup is better than
true, true.
yours.
No, no, I'm not telling that. What I'm telling is, I'm wondering if because we are like, kind of encoded to be having that tribesmanship and, a sense of togethership within the tribe, uh,
Hmm,
the similar behavior in this friends group context, kind of triggers that old nerve in us that, yeah, this is my gang, this is my tribe, you know?
yeah. I mean, it somewhat defines you, right? In
Uh,
front of others.
true, true, true.
It's yeah,
Yeah.
but it's a good feeling at the end, I would say.
Mhm.
I mean, what others feel about it, honestly, I can't care less.
Yeah, it's okay. We are here to talk about us.
Yeah.
And yeah, you are one person I know from a long time. I think you're the first person that I have seriously paid. I know a lot about who like reads the shit ton of books and very weird books. When I mean
True.
weird, I
I
mean
have
like
read.
literally weird, like
Yeah.
stuff printed backwards, frontwards, diagonally, on the cover, below the cover, in between pages.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah. So, what is your favorite book till date?
Oh, that's a good question, man. See, it's a very, I would say the framing of the question is a bit wrong. I would
Uh-huh.
say the correct question would be, what is the best story you have ever uh, read or saw or anything? I mean, obviously we are talking in context of books, so I will just, restrict my ideas to books only, but it is about the story, right?
Hmm. Well, okay, yeah.
So,
Let's go for that. Yeah.
yeah, and I like when stories give me a context, a lot of context.
Hmm.
So I don't really like books that just end in 300 pages. I like to cherish the world building. I like to cherish the character development that happens in the story,
Hmm.
and keeping everything in mind. If you want to go for a read that has no bounds of length, I would say, then I would say the best book I have ever read till now is Mistborn
Hmm.
saga.
Hmm. Hmm.
Do you want to describe the story?
Yeah,
I
sure.
will just describe it
Okay, yeah.
in
Cool.
a very I will just give a short summary of it. So Mistborn is about so this is a story split in three books.
Hmm.
Okay. The first book is called The Final Empire. Second book is called The Well of Ascension, and the third book is called The Hero of the Ages.
Hmm.
In the Final Empire, the world is introduced where it's, I would not say post apocalyptic, but a world that is ruled by one person.
Oh.
Okay.
Hmm.
And the person is considered God, and the world is ruled in such a way that there are two type of people. One are nobles and one are the slaves, the skia. They call them
Hmm.
the skia in the book.
Hmm.
And the skias are tortured. They are the most it's a very sad world to live in,
Right.
because the novels enjoy everything, and like the split between the skia and novels is 70 to 30%, where 70% of the population is skia and 30% is noble, but the novels rule the world in all ways possible, and skias live the most worst possible life ever.
Hmm.
So in that world,
Hmm.
there are thieves who are trying to rob the novels to sort of get what they don't get in normal lives. Okay, so among one of the small thieves group, there is this girl called Vin. She is the main character of the story,
Okay.
and at the start, she is a girl who is under constant threat of getting raped, getting killed by her, teammates, because there is no trust.
Hmm.
And she some time ago got split from her brother, who was her only living family, and
Hmm.
her brother always taught her to never trust anyone. So she was the type of person who never trusted anyone. She could never rely on anyone for anything, because always she used to see that there are people with evil intentions there, because is that type of a world where positivity does not exist at all.
Mm.
For 800 years, people have been slaves. There is just no hope that anyone can change anything
Mm.
in any way possible. And it's a
Mm.
magical world. So the magic system works in a way that you can eat small bits of metals, okay, like
Mm.
in quantity less than 1 gram or so,
Mm.
and you can burn the metal in your body, and each metal has its own powers. Okay,
Oh, okay. Mm.
so let's just say tin is a metal. When you burn it in your body, it improves your vision.
Mm.
Okay, steel is a metal. When you burn it, it allows you to attract metals
Mm.
towards you.
Magneto.
Okay, and iron is a type. Yeah.
Uh,
So this is basically the power system, and there are mist links. So mist links are basically the people who can use one type of power only.
mm.
So they can only burn one type of metal and use that respective power.
Mm.
But there are people who are known as mist bonds, who can use all possible, who can burn all possible metals, and use all possible powers. They are super powerful.
Mm. I'm assuming
And
this girl is a mistborn.
yes.
Okay.
So she is actually like surprisingly missed one.
Uh-huh.
And initially she doesn't know that. Okay,
Okay.
she never realizes this until someone else tells him.
Mm.
The someone else is Calcier. Calcier is, they call him the survivor of Hathassin. And
Mm.
Hathassin is a great prison, okay,
Mm.
where you mine the most powerful metal, which is called ATM, which allows you to see the future.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Mm.
Now, it's a story about Vin, trying to get over her insecurities, trying to get over her sense that everyone is just trying to kill her, to being a woman who is confident, who can now trust others, who has
Mm.
friends whom she can, be with and rely on.
Mm.
So it's a beautiful story. And so in the first book they sort of defeat that one person who is ruling the world.
Mm.
In the second book they understand what the person who is ruling the world was truly doing. He was
Mm.
actually protecting the world from something,
Okay.
which by mistake Win just releases from some kind of prison. Okay, and then in the final Hero of the Ages book,
Uh-huh.
they fight that evil that is actually the evil.
Okay.
So at the end, they actually thank the Lord Ruler. So Lord Ruler is the person who ruled the world for a
Uh-huh.
long time.
Uh-huh.
That he protected the world for like so long, and he was constantly protecting the world for 800 years.
Hmm.
And it's a beautiful story. It's super long. There is as you read it, you try to get context. You try to understand characters. There is a huge character development prospect
Hmm.
in this story, and it's just amazing. So I almost cried at the end.
Whew. Could we say this
It's
is
just
like the One Piece equivalent of books, or is that going too far?
hmm, I would say it translates to a very equal genre with One Piece, but One Piece is set in a very different world. One Piece again is there because it is super long, right?
Uh-huh.
The and the world building is what makes One Piece as the most unique thing it is there.
True. One Piece is like
But then again, I would,
masterpiece.
yeah. I with the level at, I mean, I have been reading the manga also, and it is crazy. It's just crazy out there. But yeah, One Piece is in anime, I would say the best one I have ever read. But the in the books, if you go for now the small reads where
Mhm.
one book is like the gist of the story is just the best, I would go for Sirs.
SIRS?
C CIRC. That is how it is. So Sirs is
Uh,
one is basically witch from a Greek mythology story, and she lives in the island of Aya, and it is her life story, and it is beautiful.
Nice, nice.
It's one of the most wholesome and beautiful stories I've ever read. So
Hmm.
at the start, she always used to look up to gods because they were immortal, and she herself was also immortal, but and she loved it. And
Hmm.
at the end of the story, she says that I used to think the gods were great because they were immortal, but I think that gods are as dead as ever because they are immortal.
Hmm. Oh, okay. It explores the conundrum of being immortal and the eternal pain that
E-
you have to suffer when everything just crumbles
Not
around you.
not really. I mean, yeah, that is a part of uh, the psychological part that the story portrays, but not that is not the main plot of the story.
Okay, okay.
It's about character development. It's completely about character development.
Hmm.
It's a story of pure character development. That is why I love
Nice.
it.
Nice, nice,
Now,
nice.
One Piece is the story which is purely about the world. Character
True.
development is there,
True.
but it's majorly there because of the world.
True, true, true.
Right. I mean,
Hmm.
that is what makes a great story, right? There are two aspects of it. One is the character development, one is the world itself.
World.
If you
True.
cannot define the world properly, you are messing up the story. If you cannot show character development properly, you are again messing up the story.
Hmm. True, true, true. Do you read
So
any?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Go on.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
Do you read any non-fiction books?
Non-fiction books, not really, man. Like, see, I don't like reading self-help books unless there is a very, very specific problem that I want solution to.
Hmm.
Right.
Is there
So
any?
recently, I have been reading dystopian novels. Dystopian novels as in Fahrenheit 451. Then there is 1984.
Oh,
Not really liking them, I would say.
yeah.
I have also read autobiographies. I have
Hmm.
read autobiography of Rabindranath Tagore, which is beautiful. I
Hmm.
have read autobiography of Hitler, which is Mein Kampf, and it is dangerous. I
Uh-huh.
mean, it's a book where while reading you have to constantly remind yourself, hey, Hitler was a bad person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it is. I mean, Hitler is bad just because he hated the Jews. Otherwise, he was brilliant.
There's a strategist and a military guy.
Yeah, he was a brilliant strategist. His outlook towards the world was brilliant. His
Hmm.
political views are what you actually see today actually happening. That he
Hmm.
wrote in 19 what 14 15.
Oh, okay, right.
But yeah, the person hated. The person was a huge racist.
Hmm.
So there is a chapter called Race and People
Hmm.
from Mein Kampf, and it is. I mean, honestly, it is a disgusting chapter because he explains how he calls the native Germans as Aryans, and
Hmm.
he explains how Aryan blood is superior to Jewish blood, and how it's getting diluted or something like that. It's a very very uh, I would say disgusting aspect of it, but that is what makes Hitler evil, right?
True, true. I mean, hearing about
But other than that, yeah. No, no, go ahead, go ahead.
hearing about Hitler and like how brilliant of a strategist he is and all this stuff. Uh, don't you think it's like kind of stupid to a extent that he would be entertaining such ideas of like racism and going so far as to committing genocide of an entire race just to prove his point that, or just to maintain that pure blood nonsense that he brewed up in his head. What kind
See,
of
I would not call it stupidity because see, the motivation that drives a person
Mhm.
behind committing that act is what is important.
Yeah.
And Hitler was a huge nationalist. He loved his country, and he somewhere saw that the Jewish people are destroying the country slowly, slowly. That
Hmm.
is what he saw, basically. That is
Mhm.
what I'm not saying.
Mhm.
That is not my conclusion. That is what he concluded, and thus he took the actions, which were obviously wrong. He could have. uh, taken a better, action
I mean,
against
true,
developing his country. But yeah,
true. I mean, make better accommodations for Jews, or I mean, just send them out, man. Why do you have to kill them?
the politically the problem was a bit more complicated than that.
Of
If you
course,
read
yeah.
the book, you will understand. Yeah,
Obviously, I am nowhere as smart as Hitler. Of course,
yeah,
I'm just joking around
yeah.
here. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, true, true. Have you read The
So yeah,
Alchemist?
yeah, obviously. Oh my God, it's a beautiful book.
Best, bro. Some 150 pages,
Yeah,
and you are just like dumbfolded.
I know, right? See, I have notes
Uh-huh.
from that book that are saved. I read them occasionally,
True,
and it
true,
feels so good, man.
true, true, true. I recently finished
It's one
reading
of
that.
the it's one of the short reads that really I loved. Honestly, I
I
really
think,
loved.
yeah, I think that should be made like a novel in high school or something, like Three Men in a Boat
Yeah,
or
it should.
this thing. Anne Frank, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, you can just remove Three Men in a Boat and put this. From what I remember
yeah,
of Three Men in
definitely.
a Boat, is just three guys rowing around London in a boat and doing dumb stuff because they can't open a can of fish. I'm not sure what they were trying to open.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, man.
Mhm. Well,
It's
good.
about
Uh-huh.
mm,
Yeah, go on.
it's about finding your own dream, right?
Yeah, finding your own dream, having the courage to pursue it, and
Yeah, it's a
seeing.
beautiful, like the
Yeah,
what do they call it? The
Omen.
gist of the story, no, the moral of the story is beautiful,
True, true, true.
right?
Yeah, it's kind of one of those books where like a very good point is being made through a very nicely set story that
Mm,
yeah, I mean, I can still imagine him at the oasis and going to meet that alchemist and sandstorms and shit. Obviously, I've just read the
mm,
book, but yeah, it's all visual in my head.
right.
Yeah, and that's kind of really good.
When he talks to his own heart,
Yes, 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 that.
that is such a beautiful conversation, man.
True, true, true. And there is like a lot to take from that. It's so dense content.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
True.
absolutely.
Yes, you have read a lot of books and you also watch a lot of anime. I
I
think
do.
we should talk about much more of the books and much more of the anime. But I think this episode we will end it here.
Cool.
We will have another episode. You will be called again.
Mm. I mean,
Yes.
if we truly want to talk, time is just the barrier, right?
Yes. Let's go. Yeah. Look
Yeah.
out in your mail for the next invite.
Cool, cool.
Yes, sir. Thank you,
You are doing
Dipesh.
this with everyone
Well, not everyone. I mean, I should have something that I would want to ask them or
context.
want to know
Yeah,
them.
a context.
Because you
Correct, correct.
are like a person who had explored artificial intelligence deeply, and you are from that oils industry now. So we have, like, I have some stuff to talk with you. I mean, I do have stuff to talk with a lot of people, but the
Mm,
kind of the point, not the point, well, what I'm trying to do with each of the episode is to have an exchange of knowledge while also documenting it somewhere. Like some of the points
cool. Yeah,
you
you explained.
put through, I want that points to be something new to me, and some of the things I put through to be new to you in some way.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm just
Correct.
trying to find people who I can have such conversations with. And of course, if I find someone that is, you know, a bit older and has more experience in life itself, obviously welcome.
Mm,
But I don't know how many of the grown-ups would want to talk to some random guy talking about dumb stuff. So But
I mean, our mind is the only barrier we have, right?
true. There is one very interesting episode coming in Jan. I'm gonna shoot one in Jan,
Oh,
so that is fixed. Keep
nice.
keep an eye out for it. That's gonna be a
Of
surprise.
course.
Yes.
Of course. Of course.
Yes, sir.
It
Thank you,
was a great
Diptesh.
conversation with you.
Yes, sir. We will
Nice.
have many more.
Actually.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Yep. Bye bye.